Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today, this year in 2023, the 2023 season, the Seattle Seahawks are finally debuting their throwback uniforms. They look amazing. I'm really excited about them. And because of that, I decided to buy a throwback uniform of my own, a jersey. And when I was looking into it, I saw the Nike branded ones and the Mitchell & Ness, and I ended up selecting the Mitchell & Ness Authentic jersey. This is the 1985 Steve Largent jersey. I did a video about this fairly recently, and this is very expensive and very, very authentic. It's as close as you could possibly get to the original 1985 Seahawks Steve Largent jersey. Very heavy. Fit is kind of interesting because it fits like a football jersey. It's not supposed to fit like a normal t-shirt, so it's very long so you can tuck it into your uniform. It's very voluminous in the shoulders, but then tight around the chest. It's not necessarily the perfect thing for you if you want to just wear a t-shirt or an everyday kind of shirt. But I wanted to get it because it was the most authentic version. It retails for $250, I think is the manufacturer suggested retail price, but don't ever pay $250 for this thing. You can get it for a lot cheaper. If you do some research, you'll find deals, and I definitely did on this. But I also picked up recently a jersey in their Legacy line. This is the Legacy Seattle Seahawks Steve Largent 1985 jersey. And there are a lot of things that make it different than the authentic line, some things that make it worse, and some things that, in my opinion, make it better. First of all, it's way lighter than the authentic line jersey. The mesh that it's made out of is a much lighter material. The graphics are actually sewn on, the number on the back and the front, and then the name as well. They're all sewn on twill. Whereas with the authentic jersey, they are heat press graphics because that's what they were like back in 1985. This one retails for $160, but again, don't ever pay that price for this. You can get it for as much as 50% off if you are diligent in how you search. I'm going to try both of these on. I'm going to show you the difference between the fits of both of these jerseys and then talk about some of the details and why you might want to select one jersey over the other. Just for a little background information, I am 6 foot 2 inches tall, I weigh 175 pounds, and I have a 40-inch chest. So if you are anywhere near my measurements, my height and my weight, this might be useful for you, or you can sort of go up or down depending on how tall and how big you are. This one, the Legacy jersey, is a medium. They have it labeled as a 40/medium. The authentic jersey is a 40/medium as well. So they're ostensibly the same size, but you'll see that they don't fit exactly the same. So I'll throw on the authentic first. We'll take a look. I'll compare it to the Legacy, and then you'll have some information about which jersey you might want to pick. All right, gang, so this is the medium/40-inch authentic jersey. Mitchell & Ness Authentic Steve Largent 1985 jersey. You can see how this fits here. Fits me pretty well. It's still a little tight around the chest, and this has some different features from the Legacy jersey. First of all, the mesh, the style of mesh in this. I'm going to get a little closer, and maybe you'll be able to see that it is kind of see-through. You can see my hand through the mesh. So if you're not wearing this with a t-shirt underneath, people are going to see you. They're going to see your stomach. They're going to see your chest. They're going to see your back. This also has these spandex panels on the side to help with the range of motion. This has heat-pressed graphics, the Seahawk logo on the sleeve, heat-pressed numbers on the shoulder, heat-pressed numbers on the front. These are really thick heat-pressed graphics. Heat-pressed on the back. It does have the panel where the name is sewn on, or it has the panel where the name is sewn on, but the name itself is also heat press. Again, this is just authentic to how they were made back in 1985. It's much longer. The hem goes down pretty far. You can even see my pants through the shirt, so you can see how far that goes down past my waistband. Again, that's supposed to be so it can tuck into uniform pants. This is as authentic as it could possibly be. This is made out of polyester, nylon, and then the spandex panels on the side here. It's a heavy shirt. It's kind of scratchy. The material is meant to be worn over pads. And I would say this isn't the kind of thing that you would wear on a daily basis. I got this more just as kind of a collector piece. I wanted to have the most authentic, vintage, throwback style Seahawks jersey I could get, and this is it. The quality is fantastic. Like I said, really heavy duty material, really heavy duty mesh, but it's not the most comfortable. The fit doesn't look quite right for just an everyday shirt. It's right for a jersey, but not necessarily for an everyday shirt, but it's pretty nice. So, if you want the most authentic throwback jersey you can get, the Mitchell & Ness Authentic Seattle Seahawks jersey is for you. If you don't mind the fact that it's kind of heavy, a little scratchy, it doesn't have sewn-on graphics, they're heat pressed because that's how they were originally, and it's not really the kind of thing that you would wear comfortably every single day. If you just want the most authentic version, this is the one to get. Bear in mind though, depending on the team you're looking for and the year, sometimes the graphics will be sewn on because that's how they were originally. With this particular jersey though, they're not. I will say though, I have washed this a couple times. I turn it inside out, I wash it delicate in cold, and then I line dry it, and it looks perfectly brand new. I think that in spite of the fact that these graphics are heat pressed on, they're still gonna last a long time if you treat it correctly. Now let's look at the Legacy jersey. All right, so here we have the Mitchell & Ness Legacy 1985 Steve Largent Seattle Seahawks throwback jersey. This one, as you can see, fits a little bit more like a t-shirt. It's still a jersey, it's still a jersey material. The mesh, as you can see, is not see-through, it's not as heavy duty. The twill collar is not as heavy duty. It doesn't feel as premium as the other one, and it isn't. It's a lot cheaper than the authentic version. The graphics here are silk screened, and then everything else is sewn on. So the numbers on the shoulder, the numbers on the front, the numbers on the back, everything else is sewn on. So in some ways it might last a little bit longer than the authentic version. Again, I'm washing both of these inside out on cold, hanging them up to dry. So I don't think that's gonna be a huge issue, but this one I'll probably be wearing more often anyway. And so it's nice to have that extra peace of mind that the numbers and the name are sewn on. This is just 100% polyester. It doesn't have those panels on the side. I'd say that it fits similarly, but it is a little less tight in the chest right here. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it fits a little closer in the shoulders. You can compare to the authentic that I was wearing earlier. I'm really happy with this. This is something that I think I would wear on a daily basis. It's not anywhere near as heavy, not anywhere near as warm as the other one. That's another thing too. This jersey, the authentic one, is pretty warm. It's a lot cheaper. It doesn't look exactly right because this is the authentic version. You can see the numbers on the front look slightly different style. If I hold this up, you can compare maybe the back numbers as well. Just a slight different look to everything, the way the name is applied, all of that good stuff. This one is the authentic version. This one is something, if you just want to rep the old throwback colors and you want something that you can wear every day and that it's more reasonably priced and maybe longer lasting, you would go for the Legacy. If you want the absolute authentic, as true as possible to the original jersey, you would go with the authentic. I'm really glad I have both. I'll probably put this one away and not wear it very often, but this one I plan to wear all the time during the season. The Seahawks are doing pretty well this year, so I'm more than happy to be wearing this jersey. And there you go. That is a comparison between the Mitchell & Ness Legacy Steve Largent 1985 jersey and the Mitchell & Ness Authentic Steve Largent 1985 jersey. I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.